What's going on, guys? I am starting a new segment called the 5-Minute Mini Market Update, which I am going to be doing every single Monday for you. And ultimately, my goal with this segment is to be able to keep you on track with the trends that are happening throughout the month instead of having to wait until next month to figure out what's going on in the real estate market. So this will be complementary to my full detailed analysis, but I know those things are usually 30 to 40 minutes long. So my goal with this is to give you guys bite-sized chunks that you can check out before or after work at the beginning of the week to get a better understanding of what happened the week previous. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Emma and I run a real estate team in Toronto, Ontario. If you find any value in this video, please give me a like and subscribe. And if you decide that you'd like to book a call and learn a little bit more about us, there's a link in the description below that goes directly to my calendar and you can reach me there. So let's hop in to the first ever 5-Minute Mini Market Update. To give you guys a little bit of an idea of what type of data we're going to be reviewing, we are currently in the 32nd week of the year, so just over halfway there, and we're going to be reviewing the data from week 31. So this would be the end of July to the beginning of August, the 27th to the 2nd or so. Let's talk about condo data and then we will get into the freehold information. For week 31, we had 221 total condo sales. That information is comprised of both apartment style condos and condo townhouses. So we had 200 apartment style sales and 21 townhouse style sales. Now, what does this mean in comparison to the week previous? So from week 30 to week 31, we actually dropped in volume by 16.29%, all right? Now, that doesn't mean sales. We're gonna talk about sales in a second, but we had less volume in terms of sales activity, which makes sense because we were coming off a long weekend. So let's look at what traditionally happens, and what I've pulled for you guys are the last 4 weeks for 2019, 2020, and 2021, so that you can see what's happened from a trending perspective from week 27 to week 31. So what you'll notice, if you look vertically from week 27 to week 31 in each of these years, we usually see from week 27 to week 29 or week 30, volume increases, and then week 31 usually falls off, which makes sense again because of the long weekend. Now, I want you to look at where it says week 31 in the bottom left corner, and we're going to follow that horizon to the right. You will notice in 2019 we had 400 sales, 2020 we had 421, and 2021 we had 498. This year we have 221. So we're running at about 50% volume for condos. And again, there's that spread of just beside that apartments and townhouses. So 200 apartments and 21 townhouses. So the ratio of condo style apartments to townhouses has remained relatively stable. But to give you guys some better context as to kind of the feel of the marketplace, for July as a whole in Toronto, we were running just above April and May 2020 numbers, right? So we had about, I think it was just shy of 1,700 total sales, and we were running between 1,300 and 1,600 in those months there. So to give you guys, just a general feel of the marketplace, it's pretty quiet out here. If you guys remember the first lockdown, everyone was kind of like, what's going on? I don't want to do anything. We're running just above that right now. So it is pretty quiet out in the marketplace. Now, let's talk about average condo prices. So for week 31, average condo price was $725,137. The average condo price for week 30 was $756,117. So we were down 4% week over week. Again, this doesn't necessarily mean we're dropping off that quickly, guys. It really depends on the types of trades that have happened. Were there more one bedrooms that fit into that mix of 200 condo apartments, that kind of thing? And then the last thing I want to go through for condos is how did we perform against week 30 last year, which was the average price was $716. So we're still up 5% from this time last year with average condo prices this year. So down week over week this year, but up month over month. All right. Now let's get into the freehold sales volume. So we had a total of 171 sales. We were only down 2.84% in terms of volume. So not a massive drop off, which was nice, right? From a freehold sales volume perspective, you're going to see a similar trend vertically. We drop off a little bit on week 31. And then if we look historically, we run we'll knock off 2020 here because we saw some pretty low volume for freeholds there. But we're typically running around 250-ish sales. We're at 171. So we're actually running a little bit higher up on a percentage basis for freehold volume than we are for condos. And then you can see the spread of the 171. We had 119 detached sales, 41 semis, and 11 attached, which would be freehold and row houses, freehold townhouses and row houses. All right, so let's look at prices before we wrap it up here. The average freehold price, and again, this is composite, so this is for attached, detached, and semis, was 1.461. The previous week, which was week 30, we were at 1.468. So we're down 0.5%, not a ton of movement again, just given the volume that was happening. And then average freehold price from last year was right in the mix. So we're basically even across the board for freehold prices at this point in time. And again, the kind of theory for this last week's mini market update, we're coming off a long weekend, so we expected to have low volume, and kind of feels a little bit like peak COVID from a volume and sales-based perspective. We'll see how prices pan out. We've got the next interest rate hike September 7th, but that gets me just over the 5-minute mark with my intro. I hope you guys found value in this, and I will see you next week. Have a great day.